where we only meet once or twice or 3 times a year with an exercise, and the fact that it's just they are not a full member and they're not a responder. So in other words, it's, you know, and maybe you draw the comparison to a community fire unit.
Yeah, which already exists in a few places.
So the concept of that category already exists, and we know it's doable.
Yeah. All right. So we looked at the concept of who would be involved in these community safety groups. First and foremost, it's members of the community. They're going to join those groups in order to look after their own patch, their own people. They're not looking at doing anything wider afield than that. They're not looking at being specialists at cutting down trees or any of those things. They're generalists, and they turn out and they assist when they're needed. I think that that means, first and foremost, they're actually resident within that community. They don't, they're not just transients, they're there all the time, they live there. They have a vested interest in looking after things that are going on within that community. We'll need them to be familiar, I think, with their local plan, and they'll probably have a few skills in terms of doing practical stuff around the place. But we don't need them to go through a full training regime as we would expect of an SES member. We expect them to be familiar with their plan, we expect them to turn up once in a while and get involved in an exercise, and we expect them to be there when they're needed to support their community through a flood event, for example. That's really all the expectation we have of them. I suppose a parallel that you could draw would be the members of the community fire units, which were set up in a number of places by our friends in Fire and Rescue New South Wales. I know that the Rural Fire Service also is looking at these things, and I think that's there is a precedent in those organisations for this, and these are exactly the sorts of people that they're drawing to participate in those things.
Can't think of anything else.
Yeah, well, I'll have a look. Sorry, we can always do some more next week if you want.
Because what I've got to do now is